So we're sitting here with the man, Tom Morales. If you want to build culture and grow your business the right way, take a page out of his playbook. You know, Tom's best strength is his ability to be available as a leader. And so I wanted to show you kind of his day-to-day as he walks the floor here at Morales Group.
But I also want them to understand that I'm never not there for them. For the company is a person we call our janitor. And so when we held them in that level of high esteem and stuff, I think they realize that they're as important as anybody else in this company.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Your hauling or moving project has arrived, and College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving has you covered. Honest. Uniformed. Nice. Knowledgeable. Service. College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
My kid heard that solo!
You see my kid?
Yeah!
What's wrong with you?
Being a man used to be simpler. You guard the cave, provide sustenance, honor thy name. A handshake sealed the deal, and a word was a promise. Today, things are a bit more complicated. We try to impress people we don't know by acquiring things we don't need. We have friends lists, but few real friendships. Things like integrity and kindness have fallen by the wayside. How can we know if we measure up when the scale is constantly changing? The Freemasons believe that a man's job is to be the best version of himself possible, to pursue truth and self-discovery, to give more and take less. We connect with our fellow man so that we may learn from each other, to challenge one another to live up to our highest ideals. We believe a man should be judged by his strength of character, his willingness to make sacrifices to improve both himself and the lives of those around him. For hundreds of years, the Freemasons have helped men find more meaning, to make connections with other men in a way that truly matters. For those seeking a deeper sense of purpose, a chance to make lasting friendships. To reach higher, to find more.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
A pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to High School Hoops on IndianaSRN. Heritage Christian High School, the site for our action tonight, as the Eagles of Heritage Christian at 8-7 on the season, winners of 2 straight, welcome in The 14th ranked in Class 2A, Eastern Hancock Royals at 13-3 on the year. Hi again, everybody. Jimmy Cook alongside Drake Wally. So pleased you've chosen to spend part of your Saturday night with us here on IndianaSRN. A quick look at both these teams. We mentioned Heritage Christian on a 2-game winning streak. They've only won 3 in a row once this entire year. That came in about the middle of the season, from January 14th to January 19th, when they defeated Heron, Lebanon, and Shortridge in that stretch, one of those games being on the road. Meanwhile, for the Royals of Eastern Hancock, they are winners of 4 of their last 6, as we mentioned, but they're on a 2-game losing streak, suffering defeats at Wapahani back on February the 9th in a 21-point loss, and then losing by 15 at home to Morristown just last night. As I bring Drake into the fray, Drake, both these teams hoping to continue momentum headed towards the postseason. The Eagles with that 2-game win streak trying to make it 3. The Royals, meanwhile, not playing their best ball as of late, trying to make sure their play turns the right way with the calendar quickly approaching the sectional play here in just a few weeks.
Yeah, and you pretty much hit on all the right points, and each team kind of has a different story to tell. Heritage has won 2 out of their last 5, and those have been 2 of the most recent games. So they had a 3-game winning streak earlier and then had a little bit of a slide there for a while, but they're starting to right the ship. And then, you got to give him credit, too. It's Warren Wallace's first year. He's 8-7. He's got a winning record. And then on the other side, Eastern Hancock has been playing out of their minds. And they've lost to very good teams. Number 2, Wapahani. Number 1, Shenandoah. And, of course, this is in 2A. But then they lose to Morristown. They're 15-4. So we're going to see, what kind of tenacity Heritage Christian, because they're coming out kind of a little bit on the underdog side. But I think it's going to be a good game as we approach sectional here.
Taking a little deeper look at both these ball clubs, first with Heritage Christian. They're ranked 125th overall in the Sagarin ratings, 20th in Class 2A. Meanwhile, Eastern Hancock sitting at 228th overall, so a couple steps below where Heritage is in the overall rankings, but they're ranked 51st in Class 2A. And again, in terms of the AP voting, Eastern Hancock receiving that 14th rank in the 2A polls. Eagles unranked. Part of that, of course, is the 13 wins the Royals have amassed together already this season. Let's take a look at some keys to tonight's contest. I'll leave that over to my partner, Drake Wally, starting first with the visiting Royals.
Well, very simple. Heritage Christian's going to have to kind of like, in fact, I think I remember talking about this same thing the last time we broadcasted. They're going to have to come out to a quick start. They're going to need to knock the Eastern Hancock, they're going to have to knock them off of their game because they're a very quick starting team and they're very efficient. And then if you're Eastern Hancock, you just want to continue what you've been doing, because those 3 losses that they've got are, like I said, against very high-level competition, and so they just don't want to lose to a team that, they on paper should be able to beat. So it's going to be an interesting start, but I definitely would put it on Heritage Christian. They're going to need to make it more of a priority to start out quick.
Last night for the Eagles, Miles Colvin put together a 31-point outing on the road at Roncalli. That was his second highest scoring output of the season, the other one being a 29-point outing back in the season opener on December 5th against Cardinal Ritter, that one on the road. How important is it, Drake, for Miles Colvin to get in a quality rhythm tonight? The sophomore leading the way in scoring for the Eagles coming in.
Well, that's going to be the absolute key, because he's the only one really that's in double figures per game as far as points. Of course, Jack Belt averages 8 a game, but Miles Colvin is the heart and soul of this offense. So if he can't get off to a fast start with the rest, it may be an issue. But on the other end, if they do somehow, if Eastern Hancock's able to contain him and limit his scoring, someone else is going to have to step up.
Eastern Hancock has a quality weapon in their arsenal to counter that. The junior guard in Landon O'Neill, averaged right around 16 points per contest, has been a scoring machine for them. Jacob Spalding as well, right behind him, and his brother Silas Spalding, both averaging right around 12 points per game. So a little three-headed monster there in terms of double-figure scores for the Royals. Going to be critical for them to get those 3 involved early, as well as involving the role players on this Eastern Hancock offense.
Well, and that's how they've been able to knock down, teams left and right, and that's what's led them to a 13-3 record. Speaking of Spalding, Aaron Spalding in his 22nd year, very impressive. He's been able to stick around, in 2A, and 2A is not you're number 14 and you're 13-3, so it's not exactly easy to stick around that long, but they play better as a team when they have those three guys scoring. And you've got a couple other good role players. You've got Drew White, who averages about 4 points a game, and Cole Rainbolt. But it's going to be crucial for Landon O'Neill to lead the charge. But we'll see what the Spalding brothers bring. It could be a good offensive performance for that team if you get all three of those guys going.
Taking another look at the history between these two clubs, not a lot to speak of. This is their first meeting in the last 35 years. A nice addition to the schedule for both of these 2A programs. Already mentioned the last outing for Eastern Hancock. They lost against Morristown 51-36. Heritage Christian defeats Roncalli last night 56-38. Common opponents, Eastern Hancock 1-0 in those meetings. Heritage Christian 1-0 as well. Opponents' records combined this year, Eastern Hancock's 128 and 148. Heritage Christian a much tougher stretch, 143 and 119. John Harrell of the Indiana High School coverage has this as an 66-52 win for Heritage Christian. We're going to step away briefly. When we come back, we will have lineups and the tip. It's 8-7 Heritage Christian and 13-3 in the 14th ranked team in Class 2A, the Eastern Hancock Royals. And it's coming to you next on IndianaSRN.
What's the number one misconception you think about Freemasonry?
Well, I think most people just think of Freemasonry as some kind of secret society, and you go with some of the rumors out there and so on, and they really don't understand who we are. They don't understand that we are a fraternity of brothers first, and our obligation is to take care of each other and our widows and orphans, etc., within our group. They don't understand what the fraternity part of Freemasonry really is, and that's the misconception that's out there. I think first and foremost of anyone that wants to join Freemasonry, I'd like them to know that it's really not a secret society. You may say it's a society with a secret because we have some handshakes and some passwords that you could easily find down in a library if you get the right book. Freemasonry is more, it's a brotherhood, it's a fraternity, it's a way of sharing common thoughts and everything with people of all different vocations that really understand of getting together on the level. Whether you're a judge or a police officer or a janitor, you're all on the same level when you're in a Masonic lodge room. And I think that's one of the greatest things, that you can sit with people of all vocations, but you have that certain thing in common, that you're all brothers.
Hey, it's Keith Myers from Indiana Sports Radio Network. Well, thank you that you're watching the game tonight on IndianaSRN. If you would like to know more information about IndianaSRN, send me an email, coach@indianasrn.org. As vice president of this company, we hope that you sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School. And look at the starters for both teams. Starting first with the Eastern Hancock Royals. At one guard, a 6-foot junior, number 21, Landon O'Neill. At a forward, a 5'11", junior, number 15, Cole Rainbolt. At a forward, a 6'2", senior, number 13, Drew White. At a guard, a 5'11", sophomore, number 11, Jacob Spalding. And another guard, a 5'11", sophomore, number 2, Silas Spalding. Head coach is Aaron Spalding. In his 22nd year at the helm of Eastern Hancock, 253 and 232 during that time. Looking at the starters for Heritage Christian, the same mix we saw a night ago. At one guard, a 6'4", sophomore, number 11, Miles Colvin. At another guard, a 5'11", senior, number 12, Alex Belmer. At a forward, a 6'3", senior, number 20, Darren Cobb. At the other forward, a 6'3", sophomore, number 30, Andrew Wiggins. And rounding them out, a 6'2", junior guard, number 31, John McLemore. Head coach is Warren Wallace in his first season at the helm. They are 8-7 on the campaign. Eagles will be in their traditional home whites, blue numerals and lettering, and the black trim. Royals of Eastern Hancock will be in their traditional road blue unis, white numerals and lettering, and the black trim. Set to jump it up tonight be Andrew Wiggins, 6'3", and Cole Rainbolt at 5'11".
I'm excited to see who's going to start off this game a little bit quicker here. We'll see if Heritage Christian's got that start here.
Ball is tapped and won by the Eagles, and this first quarter is brought to you by the Morales Group. Alex Belmer operates as we get a zone look out of the gate. It's like a 2-3 variety for Eastern Hancock. Colvin trying to pick up where he left off last night. Left that one short. Rebound Spalding. Jacob goes right to the cup. Missed it. They kick it out over to Landon O'Neill, team's leading scorer.
Great offensive rebound from Cole Reinbolt, setting the tone. We'll see how many of those he grabs tonight.
It's been an area that the Eagles have struggled is offensive and defensive rebounding during their rough patches this season. So that will be something we'll keep an eye on to your credit. Silas Spalding for three. Got it. And the Royals strike blood first, 3-0.
Well, you know, that was actually from, it seemed like that was from about 25 feet out. That was a very, very deep three-pointer. What a way to start out the game for Silas Spalding.
Always good to get a little bit of momentum on the road. Eastern Hancock does just that. Skip pass to Colvin. Miles is bumped. They say no shot. Foul's going to go against Cole Rainbolt. That'll be his first, the first on either team.
Well, you know, and he shoots, 70% from the free throw line. So if they can get Miles Colvin to the free throw line a little bit in this game, it really helped them in their chances.
Colvin always electric with the ball in his hands, able to initiate contact when need be. Belmer operates, waiting for some movement. The Eagles try to combat this zone.
Let's say a little bit of a stalemate there for a while, and they were kind of stacked up on each other.
They trailed off Cobb. Wiggins hits him, can't get it to go. Rebound McLemore, and he'll kick it to Belmer. Give and go back to McLemore. Now they feed Cobb, weak side, he scores it.
Oh, that was a great inbound, or that was a great pass, just a teardrop right over the shoulder.
Brings the Eagles within one, 2 minutes gone in this first quarter. O'Neal lets a triple fly. Off the mark, McLemore the board.
Boy, McLemore's been setting the tone for the Eagles here in the rebound department.
Miles, step back. That one's short. First two jump shots for the sophomore. Hit the left side of the rim straight on.
Well, you know, they say the best way to get out of a shooting slump is just to keep on shooting. So I'm sure that eventually Colvin will definitely get on the mark.
At some point you think that things will find their level. Spalding gives to O'Neal, great ball movement. Rainbolt, no. Skying high for the rebound is Wiggins.
He looked like in midair he didn't know if he wanted to pass it or shoot it and kind of decided to take the shot and barely missed.
Belmer's trapped. McLemore to Colvin. Miles feeds to Cobb, and a little miscommunication. He thought Wiggins was staying in the corner. Instead, Wiggins went to cut baseline out of bounds to Eastern Hancock.
So far, it's been like kind of a feeling out process for both teams. Neither one's really performed very good on offense. Been a lot of missed shots and rebounds. And, we'll see who kind of gets the first spurt of the offense, if you will.
Spalding to his brother Silas. That three is long. Might have been an over the back or a loose ball foul there. Rebound falls to the Eagles anyway. They play on. Miles might have initiated some contact. Was stripped on the way up. It'll stay on this end. I don't know if Spalding flopped or if Miles initiated that. Hard to tell from our vantage point. The officials no call it, and will stay with Heritage Christian.
It was a very gentle push and very gentle fall, so barely missed the call there.
Miles calling for it. They get it to McLemore. Miles gives it back to John as they play catch. Approaching the halfway point of this first quarter. Colvin saw some space. Defense very quick to rotate. McLemore floater is good, and the Eagles have their first lead. A 4-0 run for them.
They played good defense to keep this Eastern Hancock team at bay momentarily, and you know, if they can just continue to pierce that 2-3 zone and avoid shooting outside, they've done a good job of that so far.
O'Neal. Blew by the defense. Spalding leaves the rainbow. Great ball movement. O'Neal for three. That's long. Got a great look at it. McLemore clears.
So you've seen Eastern Hancock prefer the outside shot.
And Colvin is hacked. He'll head to the line.
Looks like the foul was on White.
It'll be his first. That is indeed where it stands. It'll be the second on the Royals. We'll see Colvin to the charity stripe. Drake mentioned it already. Colvin a 70% shooter.
We've kind of seen, you know, Eastern Hancock prefer the inside or outside game and Heritage the inside game. Very diverse play calling here. More often than not, of course, Miles Colvin's going to hit those shots, and he just proved it right there.
Splits the pair. Makes it 6-3. Quick pass. Jumping the passing lane there was Cobb. Has Miles all alone.
Oh.
And it looked like could have been a block there. Miles rises high, can't slam it down. Rebound won by the Royals.
Well, Miles had an open three-pointer. I can't believe he didn't take that.
Loose ball. Body's going for it. It's won by Eastern Hancock.
That was just, you know, not to be critical here, but that was just lazy from the Eagles. They had three guys around it, and still somehow Eastern Hancock was able to poke that loose and get the offensive board.
Spalding over to O'Neal. His brother Silas knocks down the triple, his second of the ball game. We're tied at 6.
Silas Spalding's been the point funnel for this team. He's got all of them.
Spalding came in, averaging about 12. Long mid-range look for Miles. Can't get it to go. Cobb the rebound. Jump ball tie-up forced. It'll go to Eastern Hancock. This first quarter brought to you by Officially Human. Our foundational goal is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the fields and courts. Check out our website at officiallyhuman.com. Also by KOA Campgrounds Holiday. Whether you're exploring the local area or hanging out at the campground, KOA Holidays are an ideal place to relax and play. There's plenty to do with amenities and services to make your stay memorable. Make your reservation now for the 2021 season. Give us a call at 317-849-1397, located at I-70 and Mount Comfort Road. Long triple there by Spalding. Tried to make it his third of the night. Left it off the mark. Here come the Eagles.
Boy, it has been a flurry of three-point attempts from Eastern Hancock.
They forced a pass there. It's stolen away. Spalding to the rack and scores it. He's got all 8.
Put the offense on his back and let him go to work.
It's a 5-0 run for the Royals. Belmer. Is the McLemore. They tried to force to Colvin, and they'll say he commits the personal, trying to go for that loose ball. That's Miles' first, and the first on the Eagles in this ball game.
Don't want to get him in. I mean, it's only his first foul, you know, but you don't want to get him into foul trouble. That's the integral part of this entire team. So,
how have you felt about the consistency so far of Silas Spalding?
Well, Silas Spalding he's been absolutely electric. He's the only scorer for the team, and they've taken a lot of threes. Most of them have come from him, and here's another one.
In and out. Rebound McLemore. $1:35 to go in this first quarter. Belmer waits. Jack Belt's checking into the ball game for the Eagles.
Kind of waiting to see which one of these offenses comes out of its slumber. They've both been really slow to start.
And an offensive foul is the call. I think they're going to get an illegal screen on Darren Cobb. That'll be his first, second on the team. Jonathan Dorsch will check in, and Cobb will take a seat. Not the possession you wanted there if you're Heritage Christian.
No, not at all, especially when you're only 2 points away, from Eastern Hancock, who typically starts out these games pretty quick.
Spalding working the handles. Froze Dorsch. Can't score it. Rebound won by McLemore. Belt
Sorry, that would have been a very pretty finish if he would have been able to tip that or top that off with the shot.
Belmer for three. Alex Belmer from downtown. His first basket of the night. The lead is back to the Eagles.
Well, Miles Colvin only has 2 points, and we've seen Darren Cobb, complement the offense. John McLemore's complimented, and so is Belmer. So they're doing a good job when when Colvin isn't able to score.
That ends a 5-0 run. Landon O'Neill puts on the afterburners and gets the layup to go as they exchange leads.
Finally get another scorer outside of Silas Spalding. Way to go for Landon O'Neill.
Timeout taken by Heritage Christian. We'll stay here. It's a 30-second timeout. This first quarter brought to you by Alley Cat Gymnastics. Do you have a child attending a daycare or preschool in the greater Indianapolis area? Are they interested in gymnastics or a Ninja Warrior class? Alley Cat Gymnastics is a mobile program that brings the fun to your child's school or daycare. We even have ninja classes for your little warrior. For more information, visit our website at www.alley, that's A-L-L-I-E, catgymnastics.com, or call us at 317-820-9484. And this first quarter, as always, brought to you by the Morales Group. A look inside the Heritage Christian huddle. Been back and forth for them. They've led twice so far in the quarter at 4-3 and then at 9-8 a second ago. Before that layup by Landon O'Neill. Jimmy Cook alongside Drake Wally. So pleased you've joined us this evening. Take a look at this, what could potentially be the final possession of the quarter, depending on how the Eagles want to play it.
I've been really impressed with Heritage Christian. I expected this to be a little bit more of a lead for Eastern Hancock, but Heritage Christian's played tough, hard-nosed defense, and they've kept them at bay, only down one here.
Dorsch finds Belt alone in the corner. Late close, no. Rebound fought for by Miles, and he's finally in the scorebook. For a field goal, that is. Had 2 free throws earlier. Gives the lead back to the Eagles. Final 5 seconds of the quarter.
He straight powered his way into there for a rebound.
Miller with one. They got to get a shot up. Silas Spalding's shot will not count. It's an air ball anyway. The Eagles close strong with Miles Colvin on a putback at the end of one. Heritage Christian 11, Eastern Hancock 10. Don't go anywhere. Second quarter's up next on IndianaSRN.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
I get her, not solo.
You see if I did it?
Yeah,
Come on, what's wrong with you?
Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School. Jimmy Cook alongside Drake Wally. Started the second quarter just a few moments away. The second quarter brought to you by College Hunks and Movers. Eagles lead it by 1 over the Royals, 11-10. I want to thank you so much for being a part of this Hoops broadcast this evening. I want to thank you as well if you've been a part of our regional girls tournament action throughout the day in girls basketball. And then, of course, if you were part of any of the swimming and diving girls championships this morning and this afternoon, hats off to the Carmel Greyhounds, winners of yet another girls swimming title. Just true dominance, the likes of which that, they talk about Carmel swimming all across the country for the year-over-year success, sniffing 4 decades of dominance. So hats off to the Hounds. Quarter opened with that missed shot by the Royals. Now look at the first possession of this second quarter for the Eagles of Heritage Christian. Miles Colvin had 4 points in that first quarter. At 31 a night ago. Miles operates the top of this 2-3. Calls for a screen. Gives over to McLemore. Now they work the middle of the zone. John finds Dorsch. Beautiful pump fake. Sets his feet for 3 and knocks it down. Jonathan Dorsch from distance. He's a 41%er from out there on the season. Makes it 14-10, largest lead of the game for Heritage Christian. An answer, a nice layup there.
Well, Landon O'Neill got that layup, but let's talk just mentioning real quick, how about Jonathan Dorsch coming off the bench with a nasty pump fake and hitting the three-point shot?
Well, we mention this almost every broadcast we can as Jack Belt spins and finishes for his first basket of the evening. But Jonathan Dorsch, a year ago, was on the JV team for a handful of games, made an impression enough to get in as a role player, and then eventually as a starter on the back end of that season last year. A Heritage Christian team that was struggling because they had lost 70% of their offense due to graduation. And Dorsch, the then sophomore, now junior, has carved himself out a wonderful role for Heritage Christian.
Well, and you also got a first-year coach that, has to inherit that team after losing all that offense.
Spalding lays it up. Misfired, put back, no. Third chance, stays true that time for Edric Miller. The sophomore gets his first basket and ends what was a 7-0, make that a 7-2 run extended for Heritage Christian.
You don't want to talk too early, but it's been a little bit of a late kind of catching up from Landon O'Neill's Jacob Spalding and Silas. It's been mostly just Silas.
Dorsch from the elbow. Can't get it to go. Here come the Royals. Miller finds O'Neill. Nice pump fake. Now he's got the defense on their heels. Misfired, and it's last touched by Landon. It'll go to the Eagles. Great defense there on ball by John McLemore.
That's been the mantra of this whole game. Both teams are just playing hard-nosed defense, and they're punishing. No one's really hitting the outside shots that consistently. But then whenever anyone goes inside, they get punished, and it's very physical. So, what a great defensive performance so far from both squads.
Belmer plays catch with Dorsch. Now over to McLemore. Miles on the bench for a little breather. We'll get a look at how the Eagles offense stays afloat. McLemore, nice pass fake. Three won't fall for him. And the rebound is secured by the Royals.
A good effort from Jonathan Dorsch, though. He almost pulled that one away for an easy layup.
Cameron Weiss in the game. Floater up. Zach Arnold also out there, and Miller is fouled. Loose ball will go against Alex Belmer. That'll be his first and the third on the team.
Not really been a lot of fouls in this game. It's it kind of goes against what I was saying earlier, but it's been pretty intense defense with limited fouling.
Wise saw a space. Circus shot won't go. Dorsch the board, but he was waiting for guard help. Got his pocket picked. Zach Arnold will reset things, and Landon O'Neill controls it.
It's very good patience from Zach Arnold. He was outmanned. See a lot of players try to make offense happen when that situation goes down.
Edric Miller had it taken away by McLemore, and now we got a 3-on-3. John waits, and nothing developed. He'll give to Belt. Skip pass, Dorsch again with the pump fake. It's shut down, finds Belmer. The triple is wide, and a loose ball foul. Gonna go on Wiggins. That'll be Andrews' first, the team's fourth. Halfway gone in this second quarter. Eagles with a 2-point lead over 14th ranked Eastern Hancock. Royals with the basketball.
Eastern Hancock has 4 points and the Eagles have 5, so this has been a very low-scoring quarter for both squads.
Wise will walk it up. Yeah, it's been pretty stingent defensively. There have been some nice offensive looks that have been left at the table, however.
Yeah, and these 2-3 zones are really, really stingy. I mean, you're not able to go inside. They crash. You can't shoot outside. The defense is too good on the perimeter. So who's going to penetrate this first?
Foul's going to go against Alex Belmer, and that's his second, fifth on the team. Zach Arnold for the Royals was all alone on the left wing calling for the basketball. Never swung back around his way. Colvin will check back in after that breather. Belmer will sit with those 2 fouls. Edric Miller will be the trigger man for Eastern Hancock. One more sub Bryce Riggle comes in. Jonathan Dorsch checks out. Arnold, Wise, Rainbolt, Miller out there for the Royals. Drive stolen away.
Wow.
Wiggins to the rack. Can't turn it home. Left it just short, but can earn the 2 points the hard way at the charity stripe. Spalding, the other Royal out there. So it's Spalding, Rainbolt, Miller, Arnold, and Wise out there for Eastern Hancock. Wiggins to the line, hits that free throw. This second quarter brought to you by Burtner Electric. We do more than service repairs. We also wire new homes all around the Indy area. You can ask your builder to use Burtner Electric Incorporated when you build a new home. For free estimates, call 317-565-7779. And by Summers Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. When you're looking for prompt professional service, you can find the experienced team you need at Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. If you're family owned and operated, call us today at 317-620-1073. That's 317-620-1073.
When Miles Colvin grabbed the offensive board with authority, he had a clear-cut layup and just thought about it a little too much, skimmed across the rim, and then knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, rolled off on him as Wiggins splits the pair there. Colvin tried to jump the passing lane this time. Could not. He'll stay here. Got a foul. I think that might go on Miles. If it does, that's his second. That will. So now two guards in foul trouble for Heritage Christian, Colvin and Belmer. And now decision time for Coach Wallace. How long does he let Miles play with those fouls?
Well, and it's arguably your two best players as far as offense is concerned, so really got to be careful here.
Miller to the rack. Long board taken by Colvin. Miles going full speed. Leaves it over to Belmer. Skip pass to Riggle. Finds Miles. Great ball movement. Wiggins. No. Rebound secured by White.
Both teams have been rebounding very well, and you alluded to the Eagles struggling with that this season. They've done a pretty good job in this game.
Alex Belmer picks up the foul. That's his third. So the senior, who averaged about 5 points per game, a useful cog in the Eagles offense, gets the blocking foul called and likely won't see him till maybe the start, if not the middle of the third quarter.
Yeah, and we were Miles Colvin, I believe he leads the team in points, but there's been so many different scorers. He only leads the team in points by about one, and the other guy's Alex Belmer. So he hasn't had a very productive game offensively, so you don't want either one of those guys in foul trouble.
First free throw is good for Spalding. Gets them both. 17-16 your score.
Those are the first free throws from Eastern Hancock for the entire game.
A timeout taken by Heritage Christian. It's a full timeout. We'll take one as well. 2:05 left to go in this quarter. Eagles with a 1-point lead on IndianaSRN.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School. Jimmy Cook alongside Drake Wally. 2:05 left to go in this first half. Eagles with a 1-point lead in the basketball. Miles Colvin leading the way with 4 points. Been held in check for most of this first half after his 31-point outing a night ago against Roncalli.
And they got to get him going. I mean, he's got to screen him open when he doesn't have the ball, or get him some space because they need some more production. They've got the lead, but they could have a lot more if he was going a little stronger.
Riegel, nice find to Belt, left it short. Board cleared by White. $1:40 to go in this first half. O'Neal matches up with Colvin. Tried to get him on a crossover. Miles stayed clean, and O'Neal wins that battle. He's now got 6. Lead back to the Royals.
We've seen no points from Silas Spalding after he scored almost all of them in the first quarter.
Haven't had a field goal for the Eagles in about 3 minutes. Miles ends that with his first triple of the night. He's got 7. 20-18 Eagles.
Boy, that's the injection of energy they needed.
Jacob Spalding tried to answer. 1 minute to go in this first half. Rebound cleared by Wiggins, and Miles Colvin will walk it ahead. How deliberate will the Eagles be? No shot clock in Indiana high school basketball, so if Eastern Hancock doesn't want to extend this zone, they can hold as long as they'd like.
And of course, the best way to get something going when someone's just standing there with the ball is kind of what you're seeing Jacob Spalding doing, and that's get right up on the guy and try to steal the ball.
Colvin. Now Riegel. Miles. He's got range. Volleyball line, it'd be pretty deep, but it's not out of his wheelhouse. Riegel with 10. Miles resets with 5. Nobody's coming for a screen. He wants it back. McLemore leaves it. Riegel with 1. He's fouled. Can't turn it back. We'll head to the stripe to earn the 2 points the hard way with 1 on the clock. The Royals had a perfect defensive possession lined up, Drake. They were content to let them hold and run it out, and they commit the foul. Last thing you could do in that situation.
Well, and if you're Heritage Christian, the only thing that didn't go your way is you didn't get the N1.
Rice hits the first, a 43%er from the charity stripe this season.
He struggled this year in free throws, but boy, he hit a very crucial one there, and if he can get another one, they go up 2 possessions.
The largest lead of the game has been 4 at 14-10. They can match it here, and they do with Riegel's free throws. Quick subs. Asher Thompson will check in. 22-18 your score. Basically a catch and a heave is all the Royals have time for. Bounce it in, and that'll end the quarter. Spalding's shot wouldn't have counted had it gone down. Did not get it off before the horn. Eagles lead it by 4 at the break. Third quarter in just a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere. You're watching High School Hoops on IndianaSRN.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
Well, I just joined the foundation in September. I'm thrilled for the opportunity to be part of this team and part of this program. I love high school athletics. It's been meaningful for me, my family, and my children, and I'm just thrilled for the opportunity to be part of the team. We can make a difference, and I feel like when you come into this job, for me personally, you get a chance to go make a difference in this area of the state, in all 3 of our districts, from state line to state line.
I heard about the foundation from Bobby Cox, and he called me and said, would you be interested? Well, how do you say no to an organization that your father's been involved in? I've participated. I've given lectures to coaches on athletic training and participation. So I jumped at the opportunity to give something back to the IHSAA.
Well, the foundation's set up currently to start to provide programs for schools around the state, specifically for student leadership opportunities, coach, administrator, principal, superintendent development opportunities for them as well.
Well, obviously sports is our world here at the Indianapolis Colts, and you can't work for a pro football team without being a huge proponent of sports in general. And the things that sports teaches young people, it mirrors life in a lot of ways. It teaches teamwork and goal setting and perseverance, discipline, and it also teaches you the rewards of hard work. And there's such a high and adrenaline rush when you've achieved or been victorious or performed well after months, if not years, of preparation and hard work. And that's just one of the reasons that we support the IHSAA Foundation.
Yes, I think that quite clearly there are communities that have rallying, galvanizing impacts, and high school sports has always been that in the state of Indiana. But you also see that growing commitment around communities as they spend their evenings with their children as well as with the people that they know in their communities, and it really brings communities together. So I think that high school athletics has a significant role in positive development of our various communities around the state. You can't quite compete if you don't have the same equipment, you don't have the same resources, you don't have the same nutrition, you don't have the same sort of coaching, but you can elevate that by contributing to the IHSAA's foundation, which supports those initiatives.
Every young person deserves the opportunity just the same to participate and to be a part of things. And so the opportunity the foundation has to increase the role of student athletes in their community, to strengthen the relationship and the role and the effectiveness and the leadership of their coaches, to learn to be leaders. Being a part of a team is a great leadership development experience.
Women who are in board roles, women who are leading companies, guess what? One of the number one alignment items is leadership in played high school and probably college sports. That matters, and both of those are education-based. So it had an impact on me. I'm now a businesswoman. I also coach basketball, but having to juggle education and sports and perform both at a high level is really, really a lesson learned for life.
Education-based athletics matters, the student and the athlete. We take that seriously. The student first, the athlete second. The field of play is an extension of the classroom where these kids are learning life lessons that they will take with them for the rest of their lives.
Athletics is an extension of the classroom. And how it impacted me, I had to learn how to operate on a team. And then as I became a captain, then I had to learn how to coach and guide my colleagues. Guess what? That then happened at work. 10 and 20 and now 30 years later. You have to learn how to show up and be on time. The bus leaves. If you're not there, you can't go.
I think in high school athletics, you learn a lot about leadership. I was able to be a team captain for 3 years, and I learned so much that it's not just about the position, but it's about the influence that you're able to make towards a positive change with a mission greater than yourself. And that lesson for me has been able to apply to going to Notre Dame, being a team captain there, to going and playing 5 years professionally and a year in the NBA. And there's a difference in the resilience of the athletes that played high school athletics. And there's a difference in how they're able to bounce back the day after a tough loss, or they're able to bounce back after a coach corrects them on the thing that they need to do. And the resilience and the opportunity to be able to lead in that way is something that's going to carry well past, but be able to be learned better there than it can, in my opinion, any other place.
Well, our patrons can all go to our website and they can get involved with donating to the foundation. We like to call that investing. We're investing in young people, investing in our schools. And then our schools will have an opportunity to solicit funds in the forms of grants from our foundation board, and we will entertain those grants on an annual basis and make awards based upon those requests that we receive. And we want that to be an ongoing and a growing opportunity for not only our patrons that support us at our contest in our communities, but also our member schools to identify things they feel that are important in their schools and their communities where they need additional funding and support, and that's something that the foundation can be a part of.
Or moving project has arrived, and College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving has you covered. Honest, uniformed, nice, knowledgeable, service. College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School. About 90 seconds left of the halftime festivities. Jimmy Cook alongside Drake Wally. So pleased you've chosen to spend part of your Saturday night with us here on IndianaSRN and the IndianaSRN family of networks. Eagles lead it at the intermission by 4. Drake, adjustments you'd like to see for both teams, starting first with the visiting Royals trailing by 4.
Well, you know, the Royals need to be able to get a little more diversity going on offense. I mean, Silas Spalding does have 8 points, but those were all in the first quarter. Jacob Spalding only 2. Landon O'Neal has 6. You know, they just need to get a little bit more performance out of Landon O'Neal. And then, of course, Heritage Christian, they have played good. You know, for Miles Colvin being so limited in the first half, they played pretty good. They played good defense, but they've kind of, as you said during the break and alluded to, they need to be able to pierce that zone defense. All right, if they're able to do that, you know, and Eastern Hancock keeps struggling, you know, to score as many points as they should be, you could see Heritage Christian come out of here and steal a win.
On the Heritage Christian side of things, it felt like the zone was giving them struggles as of late. It also should be noted, and we mentioned this at the top of the broadcast, but perhaps we have not harped on it enough. Both these teams are on the other side of a back-to-back. You've noticed a little bit that the sea legs aren't quite there on this second night.
Yeah, the gas tank, it's like it was full yesterday. It got depleted. They only had enough time to fill it up about a third of the way. So they definitely are coming off of a very exhausting day of basketball. But, I mean, Heritage Christian's taking advantage of it, got a 4-point lead. And if they can get some offense going and get Miles Colvin open on some off-ball screens, I mean, they could extend this lead if they continue to play good defense.
Well, look at the huddle out there to start. It'll be Alex Belmer with those 3 fouls. They're going to roll the dice. With him will Coach Wallace, along with Colvin, Cobb, Wiggins, and McLemore. So they're regular starters that open the game. We'll set the Royals lineup when we get a chance. It'll be Spalding, Jacob, and Silas, the 2 of them, along with White, Rainbolt, and O'Neal. So the regular 5 starters out there for both teams. Same ones we saw to open the game, same ones to begin this third quarter. That shot off the mark by the Eagles. Look at the first possession for the Royals in this third quarter, and it's brought to you by Piper Logistics.
That's a good screen there. Going to see if Heritage Christian can get it going from three-point land. They were doing so well in the first quarter and kind of tapered off in the second.
O'Neal for 3. That one's off the mark.
A good look, too.
Cobb tracks it down. Colvin brings it up, 7 points for him in that first half. Still this 2-3 look for Eastern Hancock. Jack Beltz had to check in momentarily. McLemore's shot didn't follow it. Kicked off the iron. Bounced harmlessly to the Royals. That was a lazy pass. It somehow got there in the corner. Rainbow could not knock it in, though.
Oh, it has just been Brick City here to start out this quarter.
Cobb gets a friendly roll. Darren Cobb now with 4. Largest lead of the game for the Eagles at 6.
Get this offense going with a nice layup.
And a foul drawn by the Royals. Let's see where it goes. It'll go against Cobb. That's his second. First by either team in the half. It'll lead to free ones for Silas Spalding. Tonight's game brought to you by Alley Cat Gymnastics. If you have a child attending a daycare or preschool in the greater Indy area, are they interested in gymnastics or a Ninja Warrior class? Alley Cat Gymnastics is a mobile program that brings the fun to your child's school or daycare. We even have ninja classes for your little warrior. For more information, visit our website at Alley Cat Gymnastics. That's ALLIE catgymnastics.com. Or call us at 317-820-9484. Silas splits the free throws, give him 9 for the evening. Lead down to 5.
You know, I got to say on a little bit of an off topic, I wouldn't mind actually, seeing some ninja classes. That sounds kind of cool.
I mean, if you're through the summer schedule like me, as that shot's off the mark by McLemore, putback is true for Wiggins, his first field goal of the game. And you can only watch so much baseball. You need something else to fill the sports time.
That's right.
American Ninja Warrior is not a bad way to go.
That's right.
Why not let the next generation of ninjas get some practice in, as Landon O'Neal with a nice finish at the rim.
Very well said.
5-point game. Both teams feeling a little bit more consistent on the offensive end early into this third quarter. And, of course, just as we say that, McLemore shuffles the feet back to the Royals.
That's usually how it goes. But, all things aside, both teams have started off this quarter a lot faster than they did the second. The second was a very slow, grinding type quarter for both teams. So for them to get going a little quicker, probably going to provide a better offense for both.
Spalding, top of the key, jumper is good. Jacob Spalding into the scorebook for the first time tonight. We got a 3-point game.
We haven't seen as much from Landon O'Neal as we expected, only 8 points, and so far, Silas Spalding leads the team with 9.
Belmer leaves it, adjusting, could not finish there. Was Belt.
Well, that was a gimme. Got to convert those.
Eagles can cut it to 1 or tie the ball game on this possession. Spalding, long 2, back iron. McLemore clears. Miles getting some early rest. Long three-pointer is nothing but nylon for Jack Belt. Off the bench, he's got 5.
He just made up for that missed layup, didn't he? Beautiful shot.
Push the lead back to 6. Matching the largest of the game for Heritage Christian.
And they're actually starting to push through that 2-3 zone now and get a little more aggressive with getting to the hoop.
Great defense there by McLemore. Able to knock it off the leg of Landon O'Neal. Out of bounds. Turnover to the Eagles.
We really haven't. We've seen so much physical defense, but we've seen only, I believe, 2 trips to the free throw line for Eastern Hancock, 3 for 4. And then you've got Heritage Christian, 3 trips to the free throw line, 5 for 6. And you can't help but think if Heritage Christian can somehow get to the free throw line, start getting more shots from the charity stripe, they could extend this lead even further.
Belmer matches up a man-to-man look now for the Royals. Belmer blew right by him and one. No, they're going to say it's on the floor.
His first foul of the game, I think.
Our producer, the wearer of many hats and longtime official in his day, Keith Myers, likes that call. That it was on the floor. Myself, not so much. Got to give him the basket there. Shot off the mark by Belt, and a jump ball tie-up will send the arrow to the Royals.
And the Royals have kind of been, we talked about how they're coming off of a, back-to-back day, which is tough, but the Royals are still a little bit asleep here. They haven't really gotten out of that slumber, and now's the time to do it halfway through the third quarter, down 6.
So I mentioned both teams played a night ago. The Eagles victorious over Roncalli 56-38. Royals lose to Morristown 51-36. Corner three, Rainbolt is good. Cole Rainbolt, his first make of the night. 3-point game.
It couldn't have come at a better time getting them within one possession.
Skip pass, catch and shoot. McLemore left it wide of the mark. Rainbolt leaves it to the leading scorer in O'Neal. Initiates, falling away and knocks it down. 10 points for Landon O'Neal, and they're back within 1.
Well, this is bad if you're Heritage Christian. You don't want Landon O'Neal to start finding his stride, especially when it's halfway through the third quarter and you only have a dwindling lead.
A 5-0 run for the Royals. Heritage Christian looking for an answer offensively. They feed down low. Beautiful ball movement. Dorsch got it to go. Friendly roll for him. Easy money for Jonathan Dorsch. He's got 6 on the night.
His three-pointers have come at the perfect time. Actually, I think that was a 2. Regardless, his baskets have come exactly when Heritage Christians needed them.
They will say that his foot was on the line. Yep.
It is a 3.
Foot was not on the line. Trust our gut next time. 32-28 the score. It's a 4-point lead for the Eagles.
You got this angle, sometimes you question yourself.
It's tough from our vantage point. Long triple. That one too strong. Dorsch clears.
Good rebound.
Jonathan gives over to Belmer at the top, in between the circles.
They're going to kick it out the door. She's got another. Oh, almost had a look. They've been moving him around on the perimeter, and he's been dangerous.
Back into his zone look are the Royals. Mason Kay out there. Has him in the corner. Now McLemore. 90 seconds left in this third quarter. Eagles with the basketball and a 4-point lead.
Just taking their time here and waiting for someone to get open.
Well, if the Royals are going to continue to sit back in zone, might as well. Kay had some space. That pass was high. McLemore, elbow, well off the mark. Rebound controlled by Eastern Hancock.
Hurts a little when you have the ball that long, move it around so well, and you're not able to get the shot, but they did take quite a bit off the clock.
Less than 10 now. Long triple in the air, through the bottom of the net. Knocked down by Landon O'Neal. 1-point game.
Boy, he's having a third quarter similar to Silas Spalding's first quarter. He's really lifted this team up.
Kay with 1. I'm not sure they know the clock situation. Make that 10, rather. Excuse me. McLemore.
Probably just say the clock's ticking down. They got a screen on the right.
Long triple knocked down by Dorsch. And a foul committed. Against Mason Kay.
You know, Heritage Christian deserves a lot of credit. The lineup they had on the floor there, Jimmy, because just now Miles Colvin's coming in, and they were able to repel Eastern Hancock with pretty much their starters in still.
Got to get it up. Tough shot. Left short by O'Neal. End of 3. Eagles by 4 over Eastern Hancock. Final frame up next on IndianaSRN.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School for the final quarter. The Eagles on top by 4. Apologize for the technical difficulties at the end of that third quarter, I should say.
That's all part of the game.
Everything's fixed and squared away. Appreciate the coach, Keith Myers. And Brandon Kroll doing a great job for us on site here at Heritage Christian High School. It'll be Eagles basketball with a 4-point advantage to close that final quarter, and it's brought to you by your Indiana High School Athletic Association. McLemore gives it to Colvin. Miles sat for most of that back half of the third quarter. I assume just for fatigue's sake on the back half of a back-to-back. They lead it by 4.
They did a great job complimenting, and you got to give a lot of credit to Jonathan Dorsch, who hit 2 very key three-pointers in that quarter to continue to lift this team up, even without the leading scorer for most of the third quarter.
And Dorsch now with 9 on the night. You're exactly right, Drake. Those triples were huge. And the Eagles being very patient now as the Royals sit in that zone. They find Miles. 1 minute gone in this final quarter.
Well, if you're Eastern Hancock, you got to start coming up with something. I mean, there's only 7 minutes left. They've got Colvin back out on the floor. They're burning clock. I mean, you got to get a turnover. You got to break this pretty quick.
Dorsch.
Wide open.
Nice high-low. Battling his belt. Too strong. Got his own rebound. A lot of contact. No. Got a third chance at it, and he's fouled. No shot. Belt will head to the charity stripe, I believe. Or no, excuse me. They're going to say it's on the floor.
Yeah.
Miles has it. Dorsch finds Belt at the foul line. No, the defense holds for Eastern Hancock. Took about a minute and a half to get the stop, but they do secure it.
Eastern Hancock very fortunate they didn't score there.
Drew White left it short. Got a great look at it. Belt being very patient.
Jack Belt's also had some real, I mean, he hasn't really lit up the scoreboard, but where he's been a little absent scoring, he has showed up for the rebounding.
Dorsch had it stripped. Eagles quickly back on defense. O'Neal to the cup and scores.
Wow. Landon O'Neal, he has really taken this team in the past 3 quarters and just put them on his shoulders.
15 points for him, 2-point game. Wiggins kicks. Dorsch, nice pump fake. Tried to step back there, and it's a turnover. Off to the races. A layup and in, and we're tied after that Silas Spalding point-blank make.
You got to respect Jonathan Dorsch's pump fake because, you want to take care of the ball, but boy, he should have fired that one away.
It's a 4-0 run to start the quarter. Colvin got space, and he's hand-checked. Be the third on the Royals. Foul, I believe, is on Spalding.
Jacob Spalding. Here comes Alex Belmer now, and Jonathan Dorsch coming out, and boy, oh boy, Jonathan Dorsch deserves a tip of the cap here. 9 points, very crucial shots.
He was huge in that third quarter when Miles is on the bench. It's a moot point right now, though. The Royals have crawled their way back. 3 minutes gone in this final quarter. We're deadlocked at 35. Eagles yet to score in the quarter.
And this is where, if you're the Eagles, you got your star back in. You can't sputter out now. You've had a good fire going on without him, and now that he's in, got to get this offense going.
Let's be clear on something. The Eagles average 59 a game. Wiggins inside, no. Cobb wrestles away the rebound, but missed the layup. It's cleared by the Royals. And with the Eagles average 59 a game, the Royals average 62 per contest. This slow-paced play is the perfect game plan to spring up on the other night of a back-to-back, but a perfect game plan against this Eagles offense. Layup just off the mark for White.
It's definitely worked very well.
McLemore, no, another point-blank miss. Halfway gone in this final frame.
Well, Jimmy, who's going to get the first basket in the next 10 attempts?
In the corner, O'Neal knocks it down. Make that Spalding, rather. Jacob Spalding with 5 on the night. Eastern Hancock's first lead since it was 18-17.
They've got 7 points in this quarter, and boy, Landon O'Neal, he has been an all-star.
Skip pass, Miles. Hop, and one! When they needed it most, the sophomore, the playmaker, a chance for a three-point play.
Looks like the foul was on Drew White. It's going to be his second of the game. Miles Colvin getting them their first points of the entire quarter in pretty good fashion, I must say.
Miles tries to tie it up, and he does cleanly. Locked in at 38 with 3:19 to go. Jacob Spalding will walk it ahead. 14th ranked Royals trying to avoid an upset. Eagles going for their third straight.
What a good defense. I mean, the Eagles are doing such a good job of keeping the Royals on their toes and kind of throwing them off their game, and exhaustion is definitely a factor, but great defense nonetheless.
Nice steal there by Cobb, matched up with Rainbolt.
We almost stole that.
And a timeout taken by the Royals. It's a full timeout. We'll take one as well. 2:43 left to go in this fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere. Tied at 38.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
.243 left in this one. The Eagles hoping to upset 14th ranked Eastern Hancock. Eastern Hancock with the basketball out of that timeout. And the score tied at 38. Jimmy Cook alongside Drake Wally. This third quarter brought to you by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is your local full-service John Deere dealer. Browse our selection today or come in and test drive. Get a yellow seat today. Equipment built to last so you can save big. 12501 Reynolds Drive, Fishers, Indiana, or call them at 317-849-0810. O'Neal directing traffic. Full speed ahead.
Landon O'Neal, he has had a very special last half and 3/4 of this game. He's put the entire team on his shoulders.
He's hand checked there by McLemore. Tonight's game also brought to you by Chimney Solutions. Look no further than Chimney Solutions Indiana. Since our very first customer, we've been committed to delivering the highest level of customer care and the most professional and reliable chimney and fireplace services. Call Chimney Solutions today at 317-757-9679. Almost a turnover on the baseline. Royals wanted a timeout. They didn't have possession of the basketball. Here comes Heritage Christian. Miles creating. Can't get it to go. Got a great look, but the rebound won by McLemore.
Well, he was open, too. Miles called him. If they would have been able to see him out there, he was kind of clapping his hands.
Exactly. I was about to mention that. He's clapping on the far right side. Wiggins resets to Miles.
Whichever one of these teams walks out of here with a win is going to be able to, they'll take whatever they can get after all the basketball they've played and how tired they are.
90 seconds left in regulation. Belmer had it stolen away. It'll stay on this end. Tonight's game also brought to you by the IHSA Sportsmanship Program. We want to thank our fans for their continued commitment to promote good sportsmanship. Remember, the folks in black and white shirts are doing this job for our student athletes. Be respectful, we thank you. Belmer finds Colvin. Had some time. Will reset. Couldn't get a clean set of it. Wisely didn't pull the trigger. Savvy move there by the sophomore. And he'll dish off to Belmer. He'll run the offense.
Which one of these guys is going to be the one to take the proverbial shot here?
Colvin had his pocket picked, and they're going to call a foul there on McLemore. Look, he was going to have a clean steal come from behind on Spalding.
Just ran over him. Just kind of miscalculated, going for the ball, and right idea, wrong performance.
Full timeout. We'll take one as well. Less than a minute to go. Deadlocked at 38. Don't go anywhere.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a deer. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Back at Heritage Christian High School. Tonight's game brought to you by Officially Human. Our foundational goal is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the fields and courts. Check out our website at officiallyhuman.com. Jimmy Cook alongside Drake Wally. Less than a minute to go in this contest. Royals with the basketball. They trailed by as many as 8.
Well,
a chance to take the lead here late.
Sorry about that, Jimmy. That is probably what nobody expected. You read the projection off of John Harrell. I didn't think it'd be this way. You got to give Heritage Christian a lot of credit here coming off. They're both just as tired as the other. So even playing field, they're doing a great job.
I wonder if the Royals will try to hold for one here.
It sure looks like it. Be on the lookout for Jacob Spalding or Landon O'Neal. Those are going to be the two snipers.
Silas is fouled.
I think
just the 4th team foul on the Eagles. Another timeout taken by Heritage Christian. 30-second timeout will stay here. This 4th quarter brought to you by your Indiana High School Athletic Association. A look inside the Eagles huddle. Defensively, it looks like that you're either playing for a back-breaking loss or overtime, the way the Royals are playing this set offensively so far. You could always get a steal, but what's your mentality in that huddle right now for the Eagles?
Well, I mean, you really have to be careful because you can't foul. You don't want to send them to the line. But that, unless somebody gets an open layup or something, then you have to, kind of go mission critical. But, I will say that if you're the Eagles, you do have to try to get a turnover. I mean, overtime's not the worst case scenario, but if you can get the ball out of the hands of the Royals right now, that would completely derail any chance of them being able to win the game.
Silas Spalding will be the trigger man. 18 seconds to go in regulation. They got to get it in, and they do, all the way in the backcourt. Spalding is trapped.
Pressing a little bit.
Gets it over to his brother. Jacob with 10. Matched up with Miles, and they have a foul. Have 2 fouls to give, actually. So they give 1 there. That's team foul number 5. So 1 more they can play with. Another timeout taken by Eastern Hancock. It's a 30-second timeout. We're focused on the, Eagles huddle right now visually, but let's take a look, though, Drake, at the Royals' mindset. I know we're not framed on their huddle, but where are you looking now? You've kind of seen what to expect defensively with some pressure and a trap being applied there. What are you looking at here with 7 seconds to work with?
Well, I mean, you gotta just focus on not letting the possession get away from you. And essentially, it's just getting to the point where you got 7 seconds left. You've got Jacob Spalding, you've got Landon O'Neill, you've got 2 guys that can hit just about any shot on the court, and they've proven that. So it's going to be interesting to see which person's going to fire the last shot, because like we said in the beginning of this game, they've got so many diverse ways of attacking you offensively, even when they're at half gas. So it's going to be either Jacob Spalding or Landon O'Neill, I think, to take the last shot.
Let's see if they go that way. Good a guess as any. Spalding trying to get it in. They do. Throw it in the backcourt to O'Neill with 5. O'Neill with 3. O'Neill with 2. O'Neill is bumped, and he traveled. Traveled with it with 1.3. Heritage Christian's going to call a timeout to discuss this, but with that little time left, you're basically looking at a baseball pass and a heave. But they got the stop they wanted. The officials let them play. They forced the turnover, and they'll get a crack at it. It's all you can hope for with that little time left.
Yeah, you just got to be able to get a little bit of a line of sight and, pray that it goes in and just heave it as far as you can. Probably looking at overtime here, but, we'll have to see. We've seen crazier things, definitely in high school basketball for sure.
I want to remind you of plenty of basketball on the network this week on IndianaSRN. Tuesday we'll have Greenwood Christian at Traders Point and Heritage Christian at Cecina. Friday it'll be George Washington at Crispus Attucks, Heritage Christian at Brebeuf, Guerin Catholic at Roncalli, Providence Cristo Rey at Traders Point, and Fort Wayne Blackhawk Christian at Crispus Attucks. Rounding it out is Tinley at Lawrence Central. Of course, some girls semi-state action in the future as well next weekend. Go to IndianaSRN.org for all that information. Be sure to give us a follow on Twitter as well, at IndianaSRN. 1.3, McLemore to trigger. They got to get a heave. Miles, they throw it in the backcourt and turn it over. That's the last thing you could have happen there. So now it's under the own basket for Eastern Hancock, and they're going to get a chance to win this thing.
Well, and the thinking there is, let's get it to the best player. Let's see if he can somehow make it happen. But whether it's, in my opinion, whether it's Colvin or Belmer or Dorsch or Cobb, a heave from full court is a heave from full court.
Additionally, and I completely agree with you on that, not to, armchair coach here, but
you're right.
You heave it and you catch it. That's option 1. Mm-hmm. Option 2 is what they did. you have no business throwing that anywhere near the sideline. You want to have plenty of separation, so if it does, on the off chance, get stolen, it's an insanely difficult shot for the Royals to get a steal and catch with 1.3. In that situation, when you throw it towards the sideline, Miles doesn't get that ball, and your worst-case scenario happens. Game can get stolen from you right now.
Well, and look, going to the tune, what you were saying is if they do steal it, they'd have to steal it right away. So it's just situations or situational or however that saying goes. So we'll see if the Royals can capitalize here.
Spalding will be the trigger man. Spalding looking, gets it in. White can't turn it off the glass. Got a great look at it to Drew White, and we're headed for 4 more minutes.
Wow.
We'll step away and be back with overtime on IndianaSRN.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
I can earn that solo!
You see it like this?
Yeah!
Overtime at Heritage Christian High School. Deadlocked at 38. Thanks for staying up with us on a Saturday. Staying tuned with us. I suppose I understand our demographics all over the place, but if you're going to bed at 8:40, then follow me on Twitter at @TheJCook. Send me a message on there, and we'll have a chat there. Because if 8:40 is the bedtime on a Saturday night, our producer, the coach, Keith Myers, gives a thumbs up to that. But otherwise, we got basketball going on. And after this, there's more college hoops.
That's right.
On the West Coast. Coach, come on. Jimmy Cook alongside Drake Wally. We're all knotted up at 38. Royals had a chance at it at the horn, but could not get it to go. Ball is tapped, controlled, and won by Heritage Christian. And we're underway in the extra frame.
Well, they only had 3 points, all from Miles Colvins and 1 play. So in 8 minutes, they only scored 3 points in the fourth quarter. So Heritage Christian definitely tired, but needing to get some more offense going to win this overtime battle.
Yeah, it was a 7-3 run that fourth quarter, and in part because of this zone look by Eastern Hancock. Miles had some space, wisely didn't force the issue though.
But now that there's only 4 minutes in overtime, you're going to see much more patience here. Starting out, or for the next 4 minutes, it's going to be very slow-paced basketball.
Belmer gives the belt, and they'll reset things. A minute gone in overtime. Eagles hoping to upset the 14th-ranked Royals.
Look at Andrew Wiggins down there. They got to keep an eye on him. He is prowling that baseline, and he has got space.
Belmer for 3, knocked it down. Alex Belmer with 6 on the night off the assist from Miles. Lead is 3.
First basket since the first quarter for Alex Belmer, and boy, oh boy, was that ever welcome.
What a time for it. An answer. That's long, and the rebound is secured by Andrew Wiggins. And now the Eagles can't take their foot off the gas necessarily, but if zone is the look, they can be a little bit more deliberate.
Maybe a nice little gentle push, on the gas pedal for now until they show a little more aggression.
Well said. Belmer gives to Miles. Finds McLemore. Approaching the halfway point of overtime.
No hurry at all, but that's not going to be backcourt, of course. So
Miles had his pocket picked, and he was fouled.
Looks like it's going to be Silas Spalding's first foul of the game.
5th on the team. I believe 5 fouls both ways. 6 fouls for Heritage Christian. So 6 fouls for Heritage Christian, 5 fouls towards the Royals. 1:40 to go in overtime. Miles trapped. Almost walked with it. Hot potato with it. Jumping the passing lane is White. He's got space. It went off his leg. Dorsch is there. Will they give him a timeout? They won't. It'll be a jump ball, and I believe the arrow is going to favor the Royals. Coach Wallace not happy he wasn't granted a timeout when it looked like Dorsch had possession of it.
Boy, Alex Belmer, during the midst of all of that trapping that was happening for Heritage Christian, he was down there underneath the hoop just jumping up and down, waiting, but no one could see him.
Jacob Spaulding gets it from his brother Silas on the inbound. 90 seconds to go in overtime. Silas. Now Rainbolt. What a cut by Spaulding, and he's fouled. So can't get the three-point play opportunity, but can earn 2 points the hard way. That's the fourth foul on Miles Colvin. He has one more before he's DQ'd. First free throw good there by Spaulding. Give him 12 now.
They really can't afford to lose Miles Colvin. They just need to try to preserve him for the next minute and 20 seconds.
Both free throws good, 1 point game. Some subs for Eastern Hancock. Cole Rainbow will take a seat. And Miles will walk it up the floor. Eagles looking for their third straight win. And Miles is hacked. That'll go against Spaulding. Unofficially, we have that as a 6-team foul by the Royals. They're out of fouls to give. Belmer has to get it in, and does to McLemore. 70 seconds to go in overtime.
Well, if you are Eastern Hancock, this is a very tough position to be in.
Dorsch had Colvin almost stolen away. And a timeout wisely taken by Coach Wallace. I want to remind you tonight's game is brought to you by your Indiana High School Athletic Association, as well as the IHSAA Sportsmanship Program. I want to thank our fans for their continued commitment to promote good sportsmanship. Remember, the folks in black and white shirts are doing this job for our student athletes. Be respectful. We thank you. Tonight's game also brought to you by IndianaSRN. If you're having a viewing party, let us know. Tweet us at IndianaSRN and always be ready for a shout-out. Follow us on Twitter for updates, scores, schedules, highlights, so much more. That's at IndianaSRN. And don't forget to go to YouTube.com, search IndianaSRN. Hit that red and white subscribe button. Make sure notifications are turned on. Never miss a broadcast and have access to over 800 archived games. IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game. It'll be a big week of sports on the IndianaSRN family of networks. Boys high school basketball galore throughout the week, and then girls semi-state action in hoops next weekend. Eagles with the basketball, 1 point lead out of the timeout. Belmer finds Dorsch. Jonathan in trouble, and he's fouled, so now he'll go to the charity stripe. Dorsch, a 75% free throw shooter on the season. It'll be a 1-and-1. That's team foul number 7 against the Royals.
Luckily, that was only Landon O'Neill's first foul of the game, and boy, he has been an instrumental part of keeping them in this game. It was a very fatigue-driven game, third game in 2 days.
You talk about instrumental parts. You mentioned it a couple times, Drake. Jonathan Dorsch at the line. 9 points for him. Needed every ounce of his effort today. Hits that first free throw there to make it a 2-point game. Either way, it's still a one-possession game, even if Jonathan hits the back end of this 1-and-1.
Well, his 10 points are worth more than just the 10 points. They've come at the most instrumental times.
Give him 11 big-time free throws. He's got 11, 3-point game. Eagles do not have a foul to give. Royals down by 3. Trying to avoid their third straight loss. Beautiful cut. O'Neill missed the layup. And Colvin has it after the rebound by Dorsch. They get it back to Miles. They have to get it across. Colvin. High pass. It's tipped by Rainbow. He didn't have to touch that. It would have been a turnover had he not. Instead, with 30 seconds to go in overtime, it'll stay with the Eagles.
It's just one of those situations where, you just react. Cole Rainbolt, he just reacted. Definitely could have just let that go out and they would have possession right now.
Somebody's got to come to the basketball. And instead, the Eagles have to burn a timeout. Good presence of mind there by Belmer, but nobody came to the basketball. So Coach Wallace will have to draw up an inbounds play. Try to get this one successfully in bounds and head to the charity stripe to put this one in the cooler. Again, we want to remind you can always be a part of the action at IndianaSRN on Twitter and on our YouTube page, searching IndianaSRN on YouTube. Additionally, I want to remind you that unlike most broadcasts, our funding comes primarily from donations and school subscriptions. Help us put more kids on TV like the ones you've seen tonight by contacting us via email at coach@indianasrn.org. Of course, you can go to indianasrn.org directly, hit that donate button on the website. All those donations go directly towards backing this production product of putting high school kids on your televisions, tablets, smartphones, computers, all those devices right here on IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game. And as always, we thank you. Final 30 seconds of overtime. Eagles with a 3-point lead are 30 seconds away from upsetting the 14th ranked team in Class 2A, the Eastern Hancock Royals. Belmer will be the trigger man. Gets it into McLemore. Almost swung the elbow there.
That was very close.
Colvin, beautiful ball movement. Dorsch hangs and is fouled. Presence of mind there by the junior to let the defender rise in the air first. And he can make this a two-possession game at the charity stripe. Have a day, Jonathan Dorsch.
Yeah, I was just about to say he's making a strong case as to why he should be in the starting lineup. I mean, he has tied Miles Colvin's 11 points for the team lead. Now he's got the team lead.
Makes it a 4-point game. Dorsch, 4 huge free throws over the last 40 seconds of in-game action. Makes it a 5-point game.
Well, he is Mr. Clutch in this game, is he not?
Forcing the issue is Spalding, and one. The one thing you couldn't do there is give up a 3-point play. Alex Belmer, the guilty party there.
This game just won't relent, will it? It's just back and forth no matter what the lead is.
And on top of that, it's Belmer's 5th. He's now fouled out of the ballgame.
Oh, wow. Big loss for this team. And, you need all the components you can have right now against this very strong Eastern Hancock team.
Give credit to the Royals. They won't go quietly into the night. Can make it a 2-point game here. Off the mark, and Colvin is bumped and fouled. So Miles will head to the line and try to reset things back to a 2-possession game. One and one. Colvin calmly knocks it down. He's now got 11. Miles did not have full normal minutes tonight. Coach Wallace resting him a bit on the back-to-back. Hits both free throws there, 5-point game. Spalding forcing the issue. Picked up his dribble in a tight spot, clock ticking away. O'Neal turning, tough jump shot, won't go. Rebound, won by Wiggins, and he's fouled with 3.2, and the Eagles are going to defend their home court in overtime.
Well, I got to say, we're talking about the Eagles. They're going up to the free throw line right now, and they are 12 for 13 from the free throw line. I mean, they have been almost just perfect. Andrew Wiggins, right here about to shoot his third free throw, but he's the only one who's missed. So they have been absolutely brilliant from the free throw line.
They pretty much had to be perfect tonight. If you're Heritage Christian, needed every bit of that success at the line. 2 shots for Wiggins. Trying to cap off the upset tonight. What a huge momentum win this would be for the Eagles. We had a clock malfunction on site. Officials will gather and correct that. Clock shows 4 seconds left in this one.
Well, if Wiggins could sink this one, that is almost pretty much over.
Even a cardinal sin foul, that's a made 3 and an and 1 opportunity, wouldn't win this game.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That puts it in the cooler cleanly. Icing on the cake. Cobb pressures. They get it up to Spalding. He'll heave it. After the buzzer sound would not have counted. The Heritage Christian Eagles upset the 14th-ranked Royals and defend their home floor. Win their 3rd straight game for just the 2nd time this season. The first time since a stretch from January 14th to January 19th. Not only that, they're 2 games over 500 for just the 2nd instance this season. And they're starting to hit all cylinders with just 3 games to play before the postseason.
Well, and they did it without Miles Colvin almost out. He was out for almost the entire 3rd quarter. He had no points in the 3rd quarter. He only had, 6 to start out the first half, 7. And then only got, I believe, looks like 6 more to finish the game. So Jonathan Dorsch, he really stepped up, and low-scoring affair. Both teams were so exhausted, but man, oh man, what a brilliant win for Heritage Christian.
Give credit to Coach Spalding. The Royals had a great game plan tonight. They wanted to take Miles completely out of the equation, and they did a pretty solid job of that, considering he had 31 last night, held to just 11 this evening. And as Drake mentioned it, Jonathan Dorsch, the real story tonight for the Eagles. 13 points for him, including 4 huge free throws in overtime to seal the deal for Heritage Christian as they win this one 48-42. Drake, some final thoughts on both sides.
Well, hey, going into the sectionals, Eastern Hancock has lost their 3rd in a row, whereas Heritage Christian's won theirs. So Eastern Hancock needs to go back to the drawing board and just kind of get back to what got them, to a 13-4 record, and Heritage Christian, and just keep on riding the wave of momentum.
The Royals fall to 13-4 on the season. They'll next be in action 3 days from now when they host Blue River. That'll be a 7:30 start time. Still 5 games left for the Royals before their season comes to a close. For the Eagles, they'll next be in action also 3 days from now when they begin a 2-game road trip that starts with them at Cecina. That'll be a 7:30 start time, and they improve to 9-7 on the season. For the coach, Keith Myers doing a great job producing for us tonight, and Drake Wally. I'm Jimmy Cook. Again, our final in this one, Heritage Christian 48, Eastern Hancock 42. Until we talk to you next time, so long, everybody.